and welcome to ILTV's Evening Update. I'm Aaron Porras here with the latest news from Israel. A Palestinian Authority official has rejected a United States-Israeli demand that the PA stop paying stipends to the families of terrorists that have been killed or incarcerated in Israeli prisons. While speaking to Israeli radio, Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas's Foreign Affairs advisor Nabil Sha'ath said that the demand was insane and claimed that that would be like asking Israel to stop paying its soldiers. During today's meeting between Trump and Abbas, the president also asked Abbas to stop incitement against Israel and halt payments to Palestinian prisoners and their families who have committed terror acts against Israelis. Yesterday, 3 GOP senators urged President Trump to pressure Abbas to halt all such cash payments as well. During his meeting with Abbas, Trump was quoted as saying that there could be no lasting peace unless the Palestinian leaders speak in a unified voice against incitement to violence and hate. On Wednesday, Knesset member Oren Hazan from the ruling Likud party endorsed far-right French presidential candidate Marine Le Pen ahead of the second-round runoff election in France. The endorsement was made in spite of an official Israeli stance to avoid contact with Le Pen's National Party, which is in fact believed to be anti-Semitic. The French branch of Likud completely disapproves of Hazan's endorsement and suggests that the French-speaking Israelis sign up to the party in hopes of once and for all kicking him out from the Knesset list in the next primaries. Le Pen, after taking leadership in 2011, worked hard to dispose of her party's anti-Semitic image, starting with unsuccessfully expelling her father, Jean-Marie Le Pen, as a party member who had a long history with racism and anti-Semitism. But all this seems artificial after Le Pen states that she did not think France is responsible for the Welby, the 1942 roundup of Jews at a Paris cycling track who were then sent to Nazi death camps during the second round of elections on April 9th. She even supported a number of policies against the French Jews, such as bans on religious headgear. For the election on Wednesday evening, Le Pen and Emmanuel Macron competed in a final debate, and opinion polls shows Macron holding a substantial lead of 59%. The Archbishop of Canterbury, Justin Welby, the most senior-ranking clergyman in the Church of England, is making a pilgrimage to the Holy City of Jerusalem this week. Welby has already visited sites like the Western Wall and the Dome of the Rock. After praying at the Western Wall with the United Kingdom's chief Rabbi Ephraim Mervis, the Archbishop was quoted as saying that the Temple Mount is the site of the historic temple, and that is the very heart of the people of Israel over many centuries and millennia, in fact. His comments come just days after the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, or UNESCO, passed a resolution on Israel's 69th anniversary, claiming that the Jewish state had no historical or legal claim to Jerusalem, including the Temple Mount, one of the holiest sites for the Jewish people. During his visit, the Archbishop also visited the Yad Vashem Holocaust Museum, where he laid a wreath at the museum's Hall of Remembrance. Israeli security forces not so long ago arrested members of a terrorist cell affiliated with the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine, or the PFLP. This all happened in the Jenin area of the West Bank. The security forces seized vehicles and weapons during the arrest, many of which were used on multiple Israeli citizens and IDF forces in the West Bank. The Shin Bet reported that the terrorists' activities included shooting attacks near the Salem checkpoint in the Jenin area. During the raid, IDF forces discovered an M16 hidden in a child's bed. Also, the group has been responsible for multiple attacks of terror against the Israeli community, including the settlements of Shaked, Hirmash, and Shavei Shimron. The PFLP is marked as the second largest terrorist group in the PLO, and the Shin Bet named the arrested members of the cell as Shafiq Mahmoud Shafiq, 35, and his cousin Luis Ahmed Shafiq Zaabaneh, a 33-year-old lawyer. An indictment against the two men is expected to come anytime in the next couple of days. The Israeli Defense Force has canceled its own workshop on feminism, entitled Preparation for the Development of Gender Consciousness and Leadership. The workshop had been created in order, quote, to enable leading female officers to help make the organization more egalitarian, end quote. However, it was canceled by the head of the Manpower Directorate, Major General Moti Almoz, as it was seen as being too controversial. Traditionally, the fact that the IDF drafts both men and women has been a point of pride, both at home and abroad, especially since the organization has been making more and more combat positions available to women. Recently, there have even been more women from the Orthodox Jewish communities joining the IDF, prompting a backlash from Orthodox community leaders who traditionally discouraged women from serving at all. Among the most vocal detractors of women serving in the IDF is Rabbi Yigal Levenstein, head of a preparatory military yeshiva, who was caught on tape saying, quote, that the IDF is driving our girls crazy. They draft them, they go in Jewish, and they're not Jewish when they come out. In the past, Levenstein has also made derogatory comments about LGBT servicemen. That's all for now. Stay tuned on ILTV.tv for our main daily broadcast playing after this. I'm Aaron Porras, and see you next time with our morning briefing from Israel at 8 a.m. Eastern Time.